heads and all that other stuff and a little and all. I don't know anything about it, and I don't want to involve myself into sewing. So I'm going to, but so I'll do everything that isn't sewing, that is mostly like printing. So Cricut Joy is well, technically like a printer. It prints it out with ink that includes, or you would have to buy, which I think it's like $10 per ink, which is actually a lot cheaper than printer ink. But I don't know how long it lasts for. But it says wrong on the online. And I'll look, and they have many different colors. And then they have like another head on there for second head for like that cuts out the design, or cuts it out on whatever you print it out on. So when it cuts out, then you can like pop it out like if it was a dotted line or whatever, and you pop it out, rip it out easily. It's like that and stuff, and so that will be awesome. So that will be awesome. I will learn how to do that too, and then I will also probably have like other services that are that may be additional, that may be included, but I don't know for sure. But it may, but because I have a friend who also would like to do something like this as well, and get involved in something like it. I can find a way to integrate for integration of the Cricut Joy with that other thing and all. Also in the future, I might, I don't know when in the future, but I will mention this one thing, is that I would like to see about getting a laser engraving printer kind of thing, like machine, or maybe not a printer, but it's a machine. It's like a laser engraving machine. It's like laser, and I know I do fully understand that those lasers are nothing to mess with, but I would learn quite a bit about it and everything, and I just want to, so that I can be able to make stuff or engrave stuff onto whoever, and and all, and stuff that will be in the future. But also there's another update, is that, and I can't really say what, I can say what it is, but I can't really say like it's, but it's not but I don't know if anyone really cares or not exactly at the moment, because it doesn't exist, but it will have a patented design, like for the design and everything like that, for the near future. So I'm just so this year is just mostly developing a design and everything, so for it. But it's going to be a drone, but also a helicopter. It's not a quadcopter or hexacopter or anything like that. It has a drone like features, but it doesn't. But it's a helicopter based. That has that, and it's going to be meant for filmmakers of all kinds, documentary feature filmmakers, and of all sorts of kinds, and film industries of all kinds, productions, whatever, and all, and that, and it may also be allowed. I may also do like another service that with that involving a rental, but that would be mainly that would just be within Michigan only, and or I would allow it to be anywhere else, but I don't want it. But it would cost like an arm and a leg, or an arm to cost for shipping, and to have it in the box that is not just like not just like a paper box or something, but it's like a crate or something, because it would be in a crate of sort into a case that is designed for it, and stuff like that. So it's going to be in a case of its own, a black case or something that has the logo on it, which I could use, which I could actually make my own vinyl graphic, vinyl stickers and graphics and whatever, and be able to make, and then be able to put it on to onto, like, you know, put it on the actual case and stuff like that of my own. So I would have like a personal case and everything. I would have like a demonstration looking case and everything else, like with, and then when you open it up, and it's gonna have the helicopter drone kind of thing with it. But it may also be but it's actually going to be more designed. It's actually not. I don't know if it will be in the case or not. If it is in the case, it will be in separate cases, and I want to make it so like a bigger version of like where it's not like a small drone or anything like that. Like nothing small and nothing but a lot bigger than a drone, but it would be a helicopter. Maybe not not a real helicopter, but like but it would be more than a toy helicopter. It'd be more of an RC vehicle kind of, so flying aviation. So it's like, and it would have, but it would still be. I think it would still be under either a helicopter or a drone, probably a drone license or probably operation. So if you have like through the what's it called, all that sort of stuff with the federal thing, aviation, FAA or whatever, then it's like, then you can have, and it would still be under drone operation and stuff like that. So, anyways, yeah. So, but I can't really say what the name of it or anything like that is. And the design will be patented in this year. So if anyone tries to, of course, no one knows what it looks like or anything like that, and no one wrote it, and it's not ever gonna be leaked or anything. So it's like, just so you know, it's so just saying that it's not, no one will have to see what it is, the design of it. But when they do see the design, the actual product, it'll be a test. I don't know. It'll probably be a test product that's only used. That will be on YouTube, and stuff and everything, and then be able to be promoted that way and other stuff and all. And then they can go to the website and or YouTube and see the design of it and everything, and they'll be like, "Oh man, that's awesome," you know. But I'm just want to let you know, it's not going to be, it's not going to be affordable exactly. It's going to be affordable for industry professionals and filmmakers, documentary, whatever, anyone who wants it. But kind of like but mainly for companies. It's aimed towards companies, businesses, and enterprises in the film industry. But you know, with people who could actually afford it, because it's not for any children to play with, or any a teen or anyone to play with. Exactly, it's. You wouldn't really have to be if you're gonna pay for this and you have the money for it, and you're going and you own one. You may want to buy all sorts of, or any of our accessories that we will probably have at the same time, so that you can, like, cases and our styrofoam, like strong styrofoam or boxes or whatever, or stuff that you can, and a little other accessories that will just include that to be able to, so that you can be able to like strap it down or keep it or protect it as much, especially if you're dragging on wheels, if you're lifting it, if you're moving it on something, on some other on crates or anything else or whatever. You don't want to, it's like vibration is not going to cause any issues. There's nothing that's inside that's going to cause issues like if it would, like nothing. So basically, but it would just be, but we would have different designs of versions of itself or revisions of itself that will have that will be like brushless and brush and brushless, as well as like some waterproof item products and then some also some like waterproof or plastic or metal or whatever that you attach to the bottom of it too, so that can be glided right onto the waters and stuff in the future, and then all that other stuff. So there's a whole lot of revisions and the versions of it and stuff, and also there'll be a subscription service as well that will be under the company name. That will be it's like a basic and then a pro, as basic, standard, and pro, and then stuff like that, and then so that, and then it'll be different costs, and then they'll have like different other add-ons or features, and then we'll have its own app or something that we'll have created for it and stuff like that. So you can use the app to technically control it, but mostly to see, but just to mostly see but mostly as just a media device kind of thing to capture the videos and everything, and it's gonna be up to 4K for the footage. It's gonna be like 1080. It'll be at 1080, then but it won't, and nothing before that, lower than that. So it'll be like 1080, then 2K, then 4K, and stuff like that. And so it's gonna be like, so with all that in mind, that in the future it'll be like, I have a lot of me and my company has a lot of research and development to do for this, but it's going to be, it's all for aimed towards this, and the pricing may start being at $10,000. That's why I said it's not affordable, But and there's not going to be anything cheaper than that, unless if you see it someone sells it a lot cheaper and stuff online. Which if they do, then, and it's, as long as they can sell stuff like that, I think, online, but it's like that, but it wouldn't be. But yeah, I don't think. But if there's any like regulations or anything like that, rules or anything of if you can sell it or not, it's like that sort of thing. But I just don't want. But maybe I can see if the companies won't allow a product like that to be sold, like of my specific product, because I don't want that to be like just bought and sold, and it's not, and it's like no matter how I'll still gain the money from what they buy from me, but from my store and everything. But it's like that, and I don't want them to resell it. Exactly. So it's gonna be. So, anyways, but yeah, I'm not. But sorry if this episode is long. But this is actually. But there's many updates with like the helicopter drone hybrid project that will be that's still in development. Of course, it's just designed right now for this year, and then next year, this or next year will be include like the technology, everything else, and all the innovations and integrations and everything with it and all. And then after that point, then it'll be, and then there's and the other updates, like I already mentioned, with the summary is like just the intro for both this one and the other podcast, and making the other podcast more professional, more upbeat and everything. And